Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Today, we're in Joshua Tree National Park. One of the great things about a Route 66 road trip is that there are several national monuments and national parks within 30 miles of Route 66, and several more within only 100 miles. The National Park Service has a list. I'll put a link in the description, and the QR code is here. We accessed the park from the south entrance on Interstate 10 and camped on the BLM land at the entrance to the park. It was perfect for us, far enough from the interstate so there was no noise, and only a few other campers spread out respectfully. No problems at all. Boo, man, he actually loved it, wide-eyed at every little movement and sound. But then again, this cat sat and watched the July the 4th fireworks. That's not a joke. Our campsite was very convenient, between two small trees and just off of the main road. We watched the sun slowly sinking over the desert mountains, serenely and peaceful, and although the night did get cold, we just lit up a campfire, snuggled up, and watched the stars. I strongly suggest considering boondocking if you haven't tried it yet. There are something like 8 or 9 campgrounds in the park, but only 2 of those have water and flush toilets. The others, they do have some amenities such as picnic tables, pit toilets, and fire rings and all that, but they have a size restriction too, 25 feet, and well, our 40-footer plus a tow, that's just not going to happen. So we enjoyed parking the camper on the BLM and just taking the truck through the park. Do your research ahead of time.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, okay.
Another tip, buy your pass online. Once you get to the entrance kiosk, it will save some time. We used our military pass. If you're eligible for one of these America the Beautiful passes, get one. It will save time and money. And with diesel at almost $6 a gallon, yeah. The landscape here is unique, sometimes even alien looking maybe. It's no wonder that over 100 movies, a lot of them B-movies though, and an episode of The Bachelor have been filmed here. According to Glenn Fry, Joshua Tree is also the inspiration for the Eagles' hit, Peaceful Easy Feeling. And the verse, I'd like to sleep with you in the desert tonight, there really are a million stars all around. Joshua Tree is designated as a dark sky for you astronomy buffs. While there are plenty of stars, we had very spotty cell service. Keep that in mind while you're out hiking, especially in the dark. These cholla, they're beautiful, and they're very common here. They look almost soft and fuzzy, but don't be tempted to touch these guys. The spines are so good at hooking into flesh that most often a small part of that cactus will also break off, so you can transport it somewhere else to start a new cholla family. Elmer's glue is one remedy to get the spines out if you aren't too bad off. Best bet though, look but don't touch. And let's talk about some other prickly things. There's a neat rock formation, it's an arch, that lots of people wanted to get their pictures taken with. But you know how some people just ruin it for everyone and they're oblivious? Well, there was one family that took over 30 minutes, not joking, to get their photos and videos, while the line kept growing and growing. Some people just ended up leaving. You could hear them muttering under their breath. Others, like the guy in the orange and his buddies, they just grew impatient and tired and just went on up and joined the fun. Hey, I don't blame them. Guys, have some respect for others. It is a park, not a concert. Just saying. And after waiting our 30 minutes, number 3 in line, mind you, I just finally joined the guy in the orange and crawled up there amongst them critters, as Jerry Clower would say. Chief Cornholio and the tribe were still slow to get the message, but finally they did. The arch, named Arch Rock, is on a trail that's about a mile long, just off of Pinto Basin Road parking lot. While it may look just like any other old arch, this one is actually granite, which is magma from an ancient volcano. Here the magma flowed through cracks in the earth, solidified, and over the millions of years since, the soft rock wore away, leaving this neat little arch behind. You can actually stand under the bones of an old extinct volcano. Neat. And speaking of cracks, there are several earthquake faults within the park, the most famous being the San Andreas Fault, which begins in the south at the Salton Sea, runs north along the southern border of Joshua Tree National Park, and then continues north, passing through San Francisco and onward for a total of more than 800 miles. Man, that's awesome. If you're interested in viewing this fault, you can go to Keys Point in the park. Sadly, we did not make that this trip. Funny thing about Joshua trees, they aren't trees, not really. They're giant succulents, and sort of like the air plants of Florida, their spines can collect moisture directly from the air, and strangely enough, they're related to asparagus. Word of caution though, the Joshua tree is protected, and it may be illegal to collect or move them. Be careful. The tree got its name from the Mormons who saw the limbs as outstretched arms with hands folded in prayer at the end. And a note about that word tree. Botanically, tree is not defined. Strange, huh? Yeah, and another thing about this Joshua tree, there's a bird, and I can't remember the name right now, but it's a mean little bugger. They are about the size of a robin, but they can catch small mice, small snakes, lizards, and they fly them into the spines of Joshua trees or cactuses, skewering them. The little animal can't escape, and he may remain there for days like a leftover pizza. If you see a small animal impaled on a cactus or a Joshua tree spine, that's probably how it got there. And guys, I thank you for watching. Remember, be kind, think of others. Until next time, take care.